ton of ults to try to sweep your team. You come back with a Karmic Revival, all of that is for naught, and you're still holding on to the point, which means so much here as we start off in Domination.
Starting off, Shiv, this is going to be a heck of a match. First game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise because we're headed to burn the Chala. And it is the Marvel Rivals Ignite Grand Finals. And we're just getting started on this Friday and Halloween, like you mentioned, Shiv. So happy Halloween to
they're
everybody
using
in our audience.
pilot headsets, I'm pretty sure, for noise canceling.
Teams, so what a better way to start off the week.
And also the mic. The mic is really good. I think they use the mic for that. So they have like in-ear earbuds, which they listen to the game on. And then they have the headphones on, which is like for your mic, and then like also noise cancellation.
As that will help set the tone, folks. Again, the idea is to get this point early and hold on for as long as possible.
And also the mic is really good because it doesn't pick up all the surrounding sounds and stuff.
Have that Groot and Emma compared to Nevix over there on that Angela and Cap. So the Vanguard line looking a little bit different, and we will begin.
Yeah, very
I don't like 100 Thieves on triple support, though. Every time I see 100 Thieves on triple support, they lose.
That spear, trying to connect with Finzi as well, going for that full surround. Saife is going to be a target for 100 Thieves on the backside. We'll see if they can get on him with Millennia, but the dive comes in already from VIRTUS.PRO. Finzi going in heavy with a slap in America towards the back line, but the bond goes out to match it right back. Sparker here on the high side, just biding time. Going to look to take that height now and look downward. Height means a lot. It gives you free access to those headshots.
Wait, VIRTUS.PRO's actually running Daredevil for the first game? That's crazy.
Trying to get that ult charge already at 50%, but a ton of pocket as Vinny goes down there early. Delena gonna find one to trade it right back into 5. Numbers even down, but a Vanguard down here for 100.
It's lagging a little bit. It's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, this could be a hard map, I think, for that Daredevil.
This doesn't look like 60 FPS. I mean, it looks 60 FPS.
VP trying to close out this first fight, Shiv, as they surround the objective, and even with losing the damage-dealing power of Daredevil, able to take the comeback against the 100 Thieves and win that point first. And you know, Shiv, in these domination maps, that first fight can last an incredible amount of time. So once you get that first fight win, that definitely bodes well for the team that caps first.
Yeah, they're going to take this space here and force them into this alleyway choke, which is a dangerous spot to be locked in on. Again, nerves are high as we start up here. Terra trying to take that height to force eyes upwards. Going to elect to drop back to the team here once more. And they did take that space right back, but Sparker in the off angle with Finzi going to go towards the back line. Bond gets forced out, and that is a huge cooldown to find.
Yeah, Bobby front to back style's been hard against Sparker in this guy with the Galactic Legend, just forcing out the invisible boundary. Millennia also popping that Jeff ultimate, the Jeff on the backside. Dridro with his own, who connects, who gets some members in their mouths. It looks like on the side of Dridro, he's dodging, doesn't want to get connected by anybody that can CC him. Meanwhile, Millennia is able to find one off the map.
Wait,
but he's able to come back.
Vi lived!
Some tech, able to hop back through. Delena,
Daredevil lived that? That's crazy.
And Terra and this guy with the Galactic Legend forces out that freedom charge.
Freedom charge out again for Finzi, and Daredevil's letting the devil out. The lawyer coming in hot.
Oh shit, yo, what's my lawyer doing, bro?
Very low as Saife takes out Terra now. 2 numbers down, make it 3 as Harvey falls, and Vi just popping off here and walking them to the spawn door.
Yeah, they force out that cocoon from Delena, and this front-to-back style isn't really working out at the moment for 100 Thieves. They're getting pushed back to the spawn. TTK gets staggered, and that's a brutal one too. He might have to
that's
switch
not Finzi.
over to Dr. Strange to try to touch the point.
Wait,
yeah,
they're spectating Finzi, but that's not Finzi. That's not Finzi.
Changes. Vinny is going to be on that Strange, trying to find an off-angle play here to make this portal come through, and here it begins. The touch will come through. They do have time, but this is a crucial battle to win. The res ready here for Delena. TTK with the Psionic will begin this fight. Bond goes out early. There's that Psionic seduction trying to get a few tramps, but nobody is walking in that direction just yet. Delena's bond is gone. Res is available, but very low, as there is so much focus on top of Delena with some really strong movement now. Dropping backwards, keeping the team healthy. Ease available. There's the E coming out for the It's Jeff.
Oh, nice to not get nice. That was
a huge ultimate as TTK's now back in this fight. Good positioning here by Millennia.
Nice. If you guys didn't know, when you pop Adam Warlock's ult, you can't get CC'd, so he doesn't get swallowed.
100 Thieves, Terra switching over to the Daredevil as well. Maybe a bit of a surprise on a Saife, and that's a good.
Oh shit! I'm glad that you can hear the crowd though through the casters' mics.
Making that switch over as well, getting off of that.
Having a live crowd is so awesome.
Hard dive onto that back line makes Saife's life a bit more miserable, but regardless, at the current moment, VP have the massive lead. They're trying to go for an aggressive play. 100 Thieves are at the moment.
Yeah, very much in VP's favor here. It's called an alt fight. Their team now is going to build together and try to commit, but no. Sparker early on drops the Galactic Legend. Agamotto finds one there as Vinny takes out Fi to hold on tight, but there's a lot of commitment here as Millennia goes down with the It's Jeff. Sparker on the high side, keeping pressure backwards.
Wait, both of the teams are running the lawyers. Oh, shit.
Also disengaged from 100 Thieves was very clean. They're also
yeah, I didn't even notice that.
They want to build Delena in that Karmic Revival and set him up safely with that cocoon. However, VP tracked him down. They have a very mobile composition, so I would favor VP as they build up ultimates in this upcoming fight.
Yeah, they've done a great job of pulling out that bond early on there from the side of Adam Warlock, and here comes the engagement now as Terra is going to be on the lawyer. TTK finds Nevix.
He's letting the devil out.
Delena, who might have self-res to keep the numbers up on the side of 100 Thieves. Doesn't look like it. Yep, there's that res as Sparker now takes out Harvey, and again, another big trade once more, still maintaining pressure on the point. 60% is now where it's going to be stalled as VP takes point with ult advantage here from Nevix and Dredro.
Yeah, great peeling of Terra. He goes down to Sparker, and with that, 100 Thieves gave up the point. VP have control, no portal either because they used it earlier, and VP look like they're about to close up on round one. They do so, and already up in the lead against 100 Thieves. What a map from them.
Yeah, VP doing exactly what they needed to do. Get the point early and hold it as late as possible. If you're able to get it to 99% like that, it is an insane percentage of success rate in terms of you taking that map. You know, it would have been a huge win there for 100 Thieves. The bounce back definitely gave them some
I don't think 100 Thieves should be running
pressure through,
3 supports.
When VIRTUS.PRO committed on us.
They do better when they're running 2-2-2. Put Delena on a DPS.
I think for them coming into the
Terra,
meta is that these
I don't know why Terra's matching the Daredevil, but
compositions are kind of taking.
I don't chat. I don't know what the team's doing.
Counter dive per se. In 100 Thieves, the tough part is their strength is a sort of front to back style, like you mentioned, rolling out in the Groot. We've just seen that sort of composition not really work out, except
wow, Daredevil's 9-3. Daredevil has ace.
Dive compositions, as is tradition on Domination, just kind of pan out better because you can help your backline stay alive, pressure out 100 Thieves backline, and the peel job is not good enough from them. However, on Warrior Falls, this is going to be scary. Both Daredevil players should be
this is what I like, by the way. This is what I like. They should always have this. They have the bans up here, chat. They have the bans so you can see what they ban. I love that.
Jeff is going to find 4 and head towards the off map. Will this work out? Dredro with an insane It's Jeff is going to take out 2. Do I see 4? Beautiful play there by Dredro to sweep the front and back line.
Dredro probably has been the best Jeff in the entire tournament. I think it's at least the most interesting and unique ultimates that has been throughout. However, Dredro in that case, really aggressive play alongside his Angela. They root them all together, and then with that ultimate, can't really leave because of Angela, and then Jeff's there with his mouth wide open to take him at least
That's
off
not
the map.
Finzy.
They go down during it. 100 Thieves now have to set up Delena in this ult yet again, but VP are well aware that they're going to play around that res.
And you can see there TTK is on that Angela, and you are going to be using that ascend and descend button to be juking like crazy. That is the strength of Angela. Millennia now going to start up with the It's Jeff, trying to find as much value as we just saw from Dredro.
That's not fine. That's Finzy.
Oh, it does find a few, potentially relocating now as Millennia does commit with that Sparker in the sky with the Galactic Legend heading towards the backline. Great movement there.
No, that's Sparker.
Find 1 onto Millennia with some help from Dredro.
Yeah, I mean, they come out of the mouth and then immediately go down. This is tough. The sync is not there for 100 Thieves. They've used ultimates, res back in. Now VP have the advantage. Invisible boundary versus every ult for 100 Thieves. If they're even going to get any, what a tough fight for them. Though it's an aggressive one from Saipe. They're going to clean up 100 Thieves here.
Vi is going to find Delena, and this point, they are going to walk them down. Make it 2. Do I see 3? I do, as the lawyer is going to absolutely walk down the rest of the team, 55% and climbing.
And guess what? Dredro's close to another H Jeff. I mean, we've seen him have it before. Vinny also has that Doctor Strange ult, but Dredro, I believe, was the player to also eat that Eye of Agamotto coming out from that Doctor Strange. We'll see if he can do it again because his timing has been impeccable, and that's the only way.
I feel bad, chat. I feel bad. This is not the 100 Thieves that we know.
Yeah, already
is EU just better than NA?
VP 100 Thieves have looked pretty good, but just not up to the caliber of this team at this moment. Down goes the It's Jeff now from Dredro. Everybody using those cooldowns to buy time. That It's Jeff finds 2 again. A successful ultimate going to turn around and get the allies out, but will he be able to hold on? Are you kidding me? What a downtown throw there as Dredro finds 2. Terra, though, is going to turn that right back, and here comes the ult for 1, but again, onto Daredevil, does have that chain back. You will have to commit off map.
Yeah, I mean, Nevix
Wait,
in this
what?
match. Nevix gets back too because Millennia flew out. So because he's Angela, has perma flying capabilities, he doesn't even get taken down. So Millennia doesn't even find value, and that's horrible. Vinny with the portal going to come back, but there's no ultimates for 100 Thieves. They have to rely on Harvey bidding up this invisible boundary because they're going to get smoked by Nevix and Sparker, who both have their ultimates.
The portal comes through now, folks. Potentially the final fight here of this first set match of the series. There's some damage from we see Nevix.
Yo, they need to fix this camera. I don't know, something's wrong with that casting.
Boundary to counter up with the Galactic Legend. Galactic Legend now is on the back line from Sparker, but it just now to deal a little bit of damage as it will be for not at the current moment. Some more damage and healing again towards the front line. They're still maintaining positioning as nobody's dangerous, but Vi trying to find one instead. Gets traded on from
one lawyer takes out the other one.
Well, playing it slow, just knowing that he doesn't have to do much except force out ultimates out of 100 Thieves.
There you go. See, this is what I like. I like Delena on DPS, man. I don't.
Invisible boundary, VP does, and with that, Delena slowed down in the sky. I mean, they have to stall over time. Takes down Nevik, finds him as well, and with Delena gone, that's a huge ultimate remove. TTK in the back line needs to find something huge.
Yeah, already switching up team comps a little bit too late here. It's going to put your team in a bit of a it's just a tough spot as we see right now. Nevix doing more damage once more to the front line. Out goes the Itch Jeff, trying to look to find a big eat, and it has some potential here. Dredro is going to find no one with a huge set of movement cooldowns there from the Thing. Delena takes out Sparker. TTK on a Dredro. Fi now finds Terra, but it gets traded.
There we go. There we go.
TTK on the Nevix, and what's more, 100 Thieves.
They do so much better when they're running 2-2-2, bro.
Switching to the Thing as well to help heal for that point in the fight. Fi going a little bit too aggressive. That was cleaned by 100 Thieves. If they could reverse sweep right here, that would be a huge momentum shift. Nevix going over to the Thor as well. They want to set up that dive that way. His Angela maybe not panning out as well as Fi's been having a little bit of a tough time diving on this back line.
Yeah. Clearly, that new switch in composition here from 100 Thieves has been working as we see Star-Lord there and adds more pressure onto things like Jeff, the baby land shark from Dredro. Fi, it does have that ult available. Terra ready to match. Millennia, though, with that early pick onto Fi with ultimate is a ton of value. The team needs to play together, try to get towards that 90% number. 54% in counting. Terra commits now, heading towards the back line, trying to get some staggers. Saipe goes down and TTK cleans up.
Damn!
Terra's gonna find 3 more, and 100 Thieves are playing lights out on this retake.
This has been so clean from 100 Thieves. I mean, I don't think I even expected that comeback, that playing around the Thing. I think that specifically how 100 Thieves play, their front to back style pans out well. When Vinny's on the Thing, he's kind of keeping everybody together towards that point, anchoring it. VP have ultimates left to go, and now this is gonna be last fight territory for both teams.
Yeah, and you'll consistently see Vinny turning around and looking towards that back line, ready to dash them to give them that damage reduction. Here's the let the devil out from Fi, who is going to almost get ulted there, but Saipe with some good movement finds Millennia. A numbers up once more for VP, who do want to end this right now. Still have teleport available if need be. Sparker going to continue with the
take this to a map 3. Take this to a map 3. Take this to a map 3.
Is going to be very low, but does seem to escape at the current moment. Harvey goes down 2. Fall is now Sparker is on an absolute rampage. Vinny on the point with about half HP goes down, and at this point, it is going to be a tough retake if it's even possible. VP take map 1.
Yeah, Terra switches to Doctor Strange, but he's going to realize the portal cooldown is up, and VP take map number 1 in the best out of 3. That is massive. 100 Thieves get to pick the next map, but no matter what happens, VP, if they were to lose it, get that 3rd map pick. And what a map to do it on. VP looks so good with this dive style, playing the Angela, switching to the Thor if need be. And
like I said, chat, I think VIRTUS.PRO is probably going to be like the strongest team right now.
But really, in the group stage,
I do think anyone could show up and beat anyone though, but I do think VIRTUS.PRO is looking like a really strong team. I do personally think 100 Thieves needs to get off 3 supports though. They did much better when they were running 2 supports.
This team as to be the best in the world.
2-2-2. They need to stay 2-2-2. Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta blow my nose.
But fourth seed of the group stages rather in Group B, looking a little bit shaky there on that map as it was a 2-0 on Burn of the Chala.
Yeah, just to build off of your point there from Fi throughout this whole stage too, and even coming in here to the LAN has looked really good. I think Sparker takes a lot of the focus in terms of just praise, but Fi is consistently showing up, like you said, with that Daredevil, who I think plays a huge role in these domination maps.
Yeah, he's been kind of consistent. He's been the backbone behind this squad with that anime mouse pad. Obviously, you can see on his screen. We love Fi for that reason. He is definitely kind of been coming into his own.
Yeah,
like you mentioned, the group stage popping off, and he's sort of that Human Torch. He's been playing a lot of those heroes in EMEA, doing really well.
Flexible.
But it does seem like him picking up Daredevil, maybe even Iron Fist in the future and stuff. That's kind of the way forward for this team.
Sure.
Not every team has that flexibility that VP has, and that's why they're sort of meta-proof a lot of the times. They just don't have any weaknesses in the squad that you can really point out.
Yeah, I think we see some of the most successful teams where they have a duelist that's very strong and a smaller pool, and then they have a very flexible duelist as well that can fit whatever is needed. We saw even some big changes there from Delena, which they started playing much better once that Star-Lord came out, which is strange because throughout this whole tournament, that Adam Warlock has been
did they not show stats
for this team? So
feels
but
bad,
I do think that that's a good flexibility, but being able to come in here with Daredevil and look this strong, very well played.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but against Daredevil, like you mentioned, you can't really hide on Adam Warlock, right? I assumed on the first map, just considering how long range it is, I'd be a little bit worried for them, but the pressure was just there on VP's side. They were constantly diving in with the Daredevil, and you could never set up if you're Delena, right? If any team is, kind of smart about things, you're not going to be able to get a res off because you're always going to get tracked in that passive when you're in the cocoon form. And with that, Delena was never able to set up a good Karmic Revival. Every time we saw 100 Thieves ult, they were behind in ults, right? Even in that last fight, you saw the Sparker will just wait out invisible boundaries, right? He'll just use Galactic Legend. As long as you force a shred at his ultimate, you are in the edge because you have your own invisible boundary afterwards.
Dude,
so
Daredevil's crazy, bro.
Really well,
Daredevil is crazy.
That you can mark onto their case is, maybe Five's going a little bit too far sometimes, and if that's the only issue is your
wait, that was the stats.
This team is in a good spot moving forward in the tournament.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely.
Oh shit, I like
just
this.
Like you said, the ability to see
my face cam is blocking it a little bit, but I like this, chat.
It does do a good job in almost peeling or at least shutting down setups of dive, and having that ability to communicate to your team what they're planning helps you know what cooldowns you need to answer that plan, and that is what we've seen a ton from this team. Again, looking so good.
It shows your damage taken, your finals.
Last map on Burn of the Chala. It was going to be a hard one, I think, for Millennia in the backline. Dridro also has been huge with that Jeff every single time.
Did it show healing received as well?
He's probably the best Jeff in the game. I would say maybe matched even by Vision on the opposite side. There's a few Jeffs that are definitely standing out, so there's more to call out regardless.
Yeah, one of the things we kind of mentioned in the green room is I think Dridro has the best ultimates on Jeff, right? Maybe not the best micro play and decision making, but always huge ultimates. And if you're able to find big it's Jeffs, you can turn the entire tides of every fight.
Absolutely, you're right, Shiv. That's a great call out, and I think that as we continue this series, it's going to be a close one because, like we mentioned, if VP were to win on Yggdrasil Path, which is their very second map of the day, that could send 100 Thieves that loser bracket, and they definitely don't want that. VP knows that they smell blood in the water right now, specifically Dridro does, so we'll see if they can close out 100
Bro,
maybe in the ban phase.
has anyone, like, actually, does anyone here work in, like, I don't know,
yeah, I have no doubt we're going to see
this type of stuff where they have the camera on their shoulder? That has to weigh a lot, bro. That has to take a toll on you for doing that all day.
And then after that, if they do take this W, it goes back in VIRTUS.PRO's selection. So ultimately, you do get a pretty big
that probably weighs a lot.
Domination mode because you can guarantee that final map that decides everything is in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be the deciding factor. But ladies and gentlemen, it could be the end of 100 Thieves in the upper bracket if they are.
I shot a few adult videos. Any questions I can help with?
Which is a great map for them. That's why they picked it.
Get the hell out of here.
We've seen 100 Thieves come back on this map many a times, even if they were to get.
What happens if one of the camera people have that like diarrhea? What do they do?
Like Midtown, like we saw, that's a hard map to pick against them. So 100 Thieves, knowing that this is their best chance. They also have the most experience on this map, but same thing for VP, right?
Yeah.
That's the tough part, is that for as long as Yggdrasil Path has been in the map pool, both VP and 100 Thieves are very strong at it.
And just like we mentioned, goodbye Jeff right there. The baby land shark is being removed and locked in for 100 Thieves, which I think is a smart decision. But
they have like a second operator. Oh, okay, that's
maybe
cool.
Some of those triple plays in terms of triple Vanguard strategist defense. So that is a good counter ban.
It just goes down their leg. Never stop recording. Chat, you guys are nasty. Oh shit! Wait.
Because of compositions, like you said, the triple.
I'm putting all my money.
At the moment,
6,379 points.
In terms of trying to decide their composition. And
I'm gonna do it, Dad.
Dad.
I'm gonna do it, chat. Did I call you guys Dad?
Terra, go for that ban. Protect phase as Terra is the captain.
All my points on 100 Thieves this round.
On their side is Nevix committing a lot of those bans.
Don't say hello, son.
VP with just getting the bans that they want.
I meant to say chat.
Yeah. Bucky again. I think he's been a huge answer here for VP. They know how strong Terra is on that Bucky. Bucky in the conversation for one of the best Buckies in the game, and really does mess with the comps that they like to run. So again, it's a very strong ban, I'd say.
Oh, you guys want to see something that my dad totally got me for my birthday that I, what do you call it, need to show you guys?
We didn't see that much in the group stage, but it makes a lot of sense. I think Invisible Woman does a great job at shutting down, you know, potential Wolverine picks from 100 Thieves, potentially most things as well. But regardless, 100 Thieves.
You got me a picture that I took at TwitchCon.
It's going to be the Luna Snow.
It's me and the Doc at TwitchCon.
Yeah, VP's very much changing their protects from what we saw in those early group stages. It was
my dad got me a photo.
Soldier as their top protects, and clearly shaking things up. They've done their homework. It worked out for them in the last match. See if it happens again. 100 Thieves locking in that Venom. They've protected in the past Mantis, Winter Soldier, and Emma, and they typically ban out that Mantis Venom in the Psylocke like we discussed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking this so far from VP. For 100 Thieves side, it makes sense too. I mean, you like to see those bans kind of come out in terms of strategist. Star-Lord ban to limit Delena's hero pool once more, like you said earlier. But regardless, this is going to be a fun one. At the end of the day, I talked to Coach J-Mac for Chopper Mac, who in my opinion has some of the best draft phases that we've seen in the group stage. He said sometimes it's just a skill issue, right? 80% of the time
I like this music though.
Such as that. And for 100 Thieves and VP, it's almost like you can just toss away the bans, right? We just want to see how well you can play in your certain compositions. And we know 100 Thieves, like you mentioned, like to play that 3-3 comp. For VP, they can be good at it.
I put all my channel points on 100 Thieves. Come on, let's see this.
Same thing with Bucky.
Oh, I like this. Look at the background. Oh, that's sick.
Bucky, so that's smart just to get rid of that hero.
Yeah, and this will be VIRTUS.PRO defending as 100 Thieves elect to attack first here on Yggdrasil path, and this is going to be a fun one to watch. Again, some teams really excel with that triple Vanguard, triple strategist, but some teams have been struggling with it, and we find a lot of different answers to how to get out of that spawn door, because that is everything against that composition. You will see strange portals.
Holy shit, they have like so many camera people, bro.
You have 3 fights every time on point 1. And point 1 on this map is very defendable if you are successful with that 3-3 comp.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, for 100 Thieves side, they're going to start off on the attacking front. And for VIRTUS.PRO, they do go on that 3-3. They're going to play that out of Warlock alongside that Loki, so we could see the coveted double res come out of that.
Nice! They're out on 2-2-2.
More time as Harvey finds Nevix early, and that's a nice start here as TTK drops backwards. We see VP is going to just slightly towards that ramp, but Terra going to find Phi. Again, that's 2, make it 3. Why don't you 4 as the team is falling early, and what an attack here by 100 Thieves for running that Punisher to help handle those 3 Vanguards.
Yeah, I mean, they're running this.
Oh, TTK is ready. Oh, they're going back on Daredevil. Hey, they're bringing out the lawyer again.
VP, maybe you know that. They're not switching to Doctor Strange for now, understanding that TTK goes for the cancel. VP coming back through with the traditional dive.
Uh-oh, they cancel their TP, though.
Full counter 3-3 comp. We'll see how they play around it. Can they counter dive VP? Can they take down 5 on his aggressive plays?
Delena is going to be there on that storm. We've seen this in the group stages as well. It'll damage boost that Punisher to do more damage to the front line. And there is that help right there, boosting that damage just slightly. The whole team is grouping on point, playing around that natural cover. Out goes Bond for the side of VP. Harvey with some great positioning here is going to throw that orb towards the back line to make sure it cuts off LOS so they can't press forward, and keep eyes on their Vanguards. And there is the invisible boundary match.
Whoa, they got to pay.
Terra going to find one on Finzi, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just sitting here with a shotgun shib, and right now it's just going to be hard for VP to sustain, especially missing 1 member of their squad.
Wow, well done.
Get the lawyer, get the lawyer. Nice. He put the devil back in, bro.
Here comes the Omega Hurricane.
Oh, they're popping all their old stuff.
In a dangerous spot here, trying to deal enough damage, but it is going to be the combination with Jeff. Jeff NATO is going to sweep through and find a 2-piece, but here comes a res.
With it born again by Sparker, like you mentioned, and now coming back into it. It's going to be in that last stand. Terra finds 2. Can he find more? Everybody's res, but it's into so much damage from Terra.
Gotta keep it flowing here.
Oh my. Oh my. Good ult from fucking TTK too.
Brings back
Wait, is that another fucking res? Oh my god, this is so... That's tilting.
Double res, finding a ton of success, but Terra, just a demon here with a shotty. Finds 1, make it 2, is going to be pulled out there. The eye comes through once more from the side of Finzi.
They're still winning, they're still winning.
As Millennia takes out Fi. The team still dancing on the point, but again, another Venn diagram.
Oh my god.
Delena goes down, Sparker could build potentially another Karmic Revival, but Saife falling, Sparker goes down. Is that Cocoon even going to be popped? It's Terra basically playing our new game mode, the Undead 5v5 PvE. At the moment, you have to toss out the Strangling Prison because they are a horde of zombies. Millennia goes into Swallow.
Oh no, bro. Bro, even though it looks like they're fucking kicking their ass and shit, they're not capping, bro. They gotta cap.
Finally, 100 Thieves clean up, but that was an immense amount of player presence towards that point as 100 Thieves push it into second phase.
Okay. Woo, Joe, bro, that double res comp. That double res comp is.
Which would have been insane
that
to see, but
that shit's ass to play again.
Play there from 100
oh my god.
Practice on this map. This composition here is working for them. The Punisher Shoddy has been detrimental, and just a ton of finals there from Terra.
Yeah, he's been clean.
That's like ultimate cheese, bro.
Against VP, who have switched things up. They're going Sparker over to that Psylocke for a dive with Nevix in that Beast of the Abyss.
For those who've maybe been living under a rock, TTK is on the sticks. As you see in the bottom right there, the controller scheme. Millennia gonna find 5 for 1. The bond goes out there for the side of VP. The pressure is still for Terra. Has not even needed to switch over to the AR. Just keep the Shoddy out and just devastate that front line as the dance of the butterfly from Sparker gets destroyed from Terra with a nice right.
I love seeing this. This is just beautiful Marvel Rivals going on a Convoy. We get to see the difference between two teams. VP going for a more dive-heavy composition. 100 Thieves front to back. Freedom Charge start off by VP, who have ultimate advantage. Already find Delena, forcing out that resurrect by him, maybe.
And the final judgment once more is going to see that invisible boundary. The team is going to elect to drop backwards together and try to retake. Delena is going to res back up, and there again is
dude, oh my god, that's crazy. All they fixed the cameras, by the way. WW.
Karmic Revival. The team is once again back together. Here comes that Galactic Legend, but it's going to be matched by the Itch Jeff to keep the team healthy in the backline. Great.
It seems like Fi is their like main caller or something. That guy's always talking.
Not quite sure yet.
Like he's like their shot caller or something.
He knows VP's looking to counter dive it. They're just a little too obvious. Telegraph now. They come back in though with Nevix's dive. Can they follow up? Maybe find eliminations here.
Millennia is going to find Nevix again. A good early pick there from Millennia, but Dredro is going to find that Karmic Revival. TTK finds Finzi, but once more back in the fight. Delena on to Fi, and there is that whole team. Strangling Prison on the res is going to be potentially a big play. Match right back by the bond. The whole team is walked backwards, and everyone goes down as VP cleans up.
Well, you know who that was saved by as that Eye of Agamotto gets wasted from 100 Thieves? It was
Damn.
Saife. Saife with the invisible shield blocked the Groot ultimate, the Strangling Prison. A lot of times it's going to be hard for us to pay attention to that because of how
that's
quick
actually crazy. An Invis-Woman shield blocked the Groot ult.
When that Groot ultimate doesn't connect, it's because of these really good strategist gameplay maneuvers. And on the desk, they talked about Saife being the best in the world, and you can see exactly why there. Now in this upcoming fight, a minute 20 seconds left to go. 100 Thieves do have strategist ultimates to match VP.
Oh, Delena went DPS, and also Terra went the lawyer.
Yeah, and again, I'm not sure how good that Eye of Agamotto was there. A little bit of a panic eye, in my opinion, as it just did not get much value after the whole team falls. Here comes that dance. Once more, the scariest dance here in Marvel Rivals. The Cutterfly is not able to find one, but TTK matches it right back and finds a two-piece now as 100 Thieves are up in numbers, and there is no res potential here at the current moment as Dredro is about at 76 and counting, but does fall to Vinny with some great target prio, and they're still walking them forward as Terra now is on that Daredevil instead of the Punisher.
Yeah, this is scarier against the dance of the butterfly. Saife trying to live with the soul bond and the freedom charge, able to do so as well as the healing patty cake in the sky. Fi goes, finds potentially some more Sparker.
Oh shit, they're clapping back, bro. They're clapping back. Sparker and
he tries to eat something, but he's eating nothing at the current moment and is sent back to the spot.
Nerf. They gotta nerf.
Yeah,
they gotta nerf this guy. Nah.
Portal play here, but the team is going to try to stop it. Vinny with a potential huge stagger. That is now
what a play by Nevix too. Wow. Make sure you didn't get out.
Portal there. Typically, you're looking for about 10 seconds to ensure you can get it done, but it is going to be done. Moving away from the spawn door, and the touch comes through. 5 seconds on here for 100 Thieves, who need to clutch up right now.
Yeah, they do, and they come back in. Can he let the devil out at the right time? Terra has been clutch in these situations before, but he's pushed back by Saife.
VP holding firm on their defense. We will see the devil be let out shortly. Eye of Agamotto available there for the side of 100 Thieves, and there it is from Terra, who finds one, but everyone is
climb the wall,
Huge res, and that has been consistent throughout this whole series. Millennia again in the pick on 5, but once more, it doesn't matter when the team comes right back into the fight.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Punches them out. 100 Thieves can't get any court space any longer, and they get held at 99.7 meters.
Really clean ult there once more from Sparker, but I can't tell you how many times I've said that over this tournament, as he's looked very, very good on that hero. We see Delena potentially flexing to show a Psylocke at the moment on the screen. Not sure that will be the case, but looking forward to seeing this next hold here from VP.
It's always tough to say when we go to Convoy and Convergence ship, right? Like a lot of times we'll see, teams push full cap a map and then the other team does the exact same thing. It's almost like on stage too, especially now that we're at LAN for
Holy, that's a big fucking insane camera, bro. That shit must be like $100,000, dude.
As a storyline,
that camera.
He's been phenomenal.
I'm sorry, Chad. That camera has to be fucking mad expensive.
Stage 1, stage 2, but at LAN, I think it was a bit tough to see his impact at the midseason. Now here, you mentioned it earlier. His Doctor Strange map number 1 was phenomenal, but they still lost on that map as well. It was a bit harder. I think that him and Vinny sort of slowing it down. We saw that he was trying to hard.
Gonna be a quick game. Hey. Don't disrespect the 100 Thieves.
I mean, everything they did in terms of going in, the if and this statements, right? You saw that they would go in, dive, use an ultimate in terms of the Dance of Butterflies for Sparker, and then they would see a Shredder's ultimate, run away, and then they would sort of recycle once again.
Yeah, that's just very smooth, consistent play, like you're stating. The entirety of 100 Thieves with a ton of finals there, so everybody is very well coordinated. The problem is VP just a little bit stronger there on that defense, but it is a defensible position there on point 2 as we start here. Nevix going to heavily engage, forces all the cooldowns, is going to be low, but still seemingly escape at the moment. Fi in a dangerous spot. TTK with a good chase there is going to take that one down. Fi, with some insane movement, is able to drop backwards in a dangerous spot here for TTK and Terra. We're still holding on to the point.
I mean, they get the healing, they have that Venom team up, so everybody kind of staying healthy alongside that Soul Bond, both kind of used in similar fashion. But right now, Vinny trying to touch it out.
Yo, they have to fix that camera, bro. They have to.
They do. Nice
that hurts my eyes.
Harvey had 5 finals there on the attack here on Invis, looking very strong here on Invis, who can deal a ton of damage in the right hands. The backline looking very strong, a lot of early picks there from Millennia as well. VP now is being held at the door again, folks. When you're on this triple comp, the idea is that you never leave this point. Do not allow it to scooch forward so you can get your portal on that next ramp. And they're still holding on here as Nevix is just trying to make sure the cooldowns come through, pressing backwards towards the backline now. And the combination, some great coordination, but Delena finds one. Sparker still going to take out Harvey. The res potentially coming through here as Sparker gets a 2-piece.
I mean, Millennia coming back in with HF too. Everybody's going to get res once Delena decides to pop his resurrection. Dritcho, same thing. He popped the cocoon, used that res earlier. Can Delena build it and bring Terra back? Terra's going to have to come back on the Doctor Strange portal. Delena so close, 2% towards that point. Is he even going to save it? They're going to wait and re-engage, it looks like.
Hey, that's good. That's good. They almost wasted 2 minutes.
That's tough because now you're giving an opportunity for Dridro to build that ult right back. So it's just more value. If he was able to get that ult off slightly earlier, it would have been insane, but no, not able to do so. Sitting at about 97% during that pick. Good target prio again from VP. As an Eye of Agamotto was available here from Terra, and there it goes to try to counter back. The dodge comes through there from Fi.
He tried to hit the guy ulting, but
to buy them more time. TTK from downtown, half-court shot there on a Saipe. Vinny onto Dridro, and what a retake, but Finzi is going to find Delena, who did use that res, make it 2 onto Harvey. Finzi playing lights out here on cap, but still goes down to Millennia.
As long as Sparker and him are alive, they're able to bring it back. Delena with the res. Is he caught in his Dance of the Butterflies? Connects onto 1, slows them down for now, but everybody's grouped up and take down Sparker.
Really good grouping there again. Good communication from 100 Thieves who are trying to find an answer here. They stick together to ensure that
come on. 100 Thieves looking like a really 100 Thieves got that good D right now, chat, on for defense. Stop. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. We're talking about gaming right now.
Yeah, those crystals, we can talk about that domain all day long, you and I.
Defense, chat. Defense. Stop being weird. Just like when you go to a basketball game and they're like, defense. Stop.
30%, a new addition here in the new season, but it is not enough as Nevix forces out all cooldowns. Can barely escape there from the slow of the invisible boundary. Millennia with some good focus towards Finzi, trying to protect the backline, and that's what you're looking for with this triple strategist composition. Terra gonna find Sparker now, and there is only 56 seconds on the clock. 100 Thieves are playing so strong here on this triple strat composition.
You know what?
No, don't say that. Don't say that. They're not playing triples. They're not playing really strong on the triple strat. Now, I don't want to hear that. No.
Leveled up with 45 seconds left to go. They could potentially stop VP here and send it to a map 3.
You're looking now for things like burning cap shield, so this Eye of Agamotto can be more valuable. There is some answers, as Fi is going to commit towards the back line here. Terra goes down. Out goes that Karmic Revival. Another ult from VP.
Oh, but does he get res? Oh, Terra's too far away to get res. Wait, no, they got him. They got him.
And here comes the combination. Everybody stacking together once more, staying healthy as Sparker is having to drop towards the back line, looking for an escape route. Terra chasing the entirety of the team, who have to all relocate.
Yeah, Terra's gonna have to mark Sparker in this fight, make sure he can't set this up. Finzi can stall it out with the Freedom Charge as well. Under Thieves still have ult.
Oh no, Harvey, get your ult, Harvey.
It potentially finds some. Out goes the invisible boundary. The Venn diagram match again, as both boundaries are used. Everybody slowed up there inside that ult. Harvey doing a great job dancing. Up goes.
Come on, TTK, LeBron James.
And down it lands. Not able to get too much value. Deals
not Tony Snell.
Incredibly beefy.
We want LeBron.
Big feast right here. Vinny with a nice sweep.
Oh wait, chat, they're doing it.
Vinny looking really good in this series right now as Delena finds a pick.
Portal will have to come through from Fi to come back and touch, in which it's there. Nevix installed out with the Feast of the Abyss, like you mentioned, but Delena, he sees somebody in the high ground. It's fine.
Come on, 100 Thieves, close it out.
They haven't used regen domain already.
And Delena is going to make that switch to the Psylocke, like we discussed earlier. Terrifying street drove Vinny now on a side.
Come on, close it! Close it!
And it looks like 100 Thieves are holding, and they
will
take this map, make it a 1-1 series.
Yo!
100 Thieves against VIRTUS.PRO is a matchup I think we you know, coming out of Group B, you're like, okay, this is the 4th seed versus the 1 seed. But Group B was known as the group of death for a reason. One of the
who did I put my channel points on, chat? I put my channel points on 100 Thieves! Whoever I vote for wins the game.
And this is why I talked about earlier, you can never doubt 100
Whoever I vote for wins the game. Remember that. I can change fate.
Looking to claim it all and claim that $1 million, sending it to map number 3. VP now has that map choice.
By the way, Acid Overdrive, appreciate the massive prime sub. Huskin and Buskin, appreciate the massive prime sub as well. And Ackerman, appreciate the massive 4 months. Everyone following, appreciate it as well. Sorry.
Harvey was 7 and 6. I have never seen a spread like that across the board from a team. Everybody getting value. Really well played, as we are now going to toss it over to the desk for more in-depth analysis.
What a matchup to start us off our first series, and we're already heading to a 3rd map. And damn,
this is crazy,
looks so
bro.
Convincing for VIRTUS.PRO to start off with, but Thieves really started to bring it back in that first game. They made a couple adjustments. I want you to start us off, and then we'll jump to Moxie with it. They started adjusting. What was the difference maker
It's Kata. Appreciate the massive prime sub. Appreciate it.
To what VP threw at them, especially in that Domination map where VP really liked to get aggressive. They went for the ult charge. They wanted to get that stacked as soon as possible, but the discipline coming in from 100 Thieves.
Oh, so yeah, we go to a convoy now, chat. So we go to a convoy.
But unfortunately,
sorry, no.
VIRTUS.PRO still.
No, we did convoy. We go to a.
And Moxie, they adjusted their draft a bit
Fuck,
as well.
what did they call it? It's a hybrid.
GF instant ban.
What do they call hybrids again?
GF instant ban. Jadro got one round of being able to
Convergence.
play the
Yeah. We might. You know what we might go to? We might go to that. We might go to that.
It was also the side.
The vampire map.
Decided to start on too.
We're gonna go to the vampire map. Nah, Midtown is a convoy, chat. We're gonna.
But we were talking about how
we're going to a convergence.
VP are cooking in these
Central Park.
Yeah, was absolutely freaking out.
I'm calling it right now. I have the script.
She was just like,
I literally have the script.
Goodness, VP are actually doing the draft properly.
The script is right here, chat, on the back of a
back in stage 2.
the back of a Home Depot receipt.
Still trying to get a feel of what the draft was going to be, but in the end, now
yeah, we're going to Midtown.
Absolutely locked in, ready to.
Or Central Park.
Again,
Central Park. Sorry, Central Park.
This is the most important time for draft picks to be spot on.
Yeah, I mean, it was the fact
when
that
did the best of 5 come into play?
Chala,
Losers bracket? Exclamation mark tournament will tell you more.
So many dive-style vanguards. They went for both the Venom and the Captain America. So even when 100 Thieves had the Star-Lord, yeah, they had the Star-Lord, yes, they had the Jeff, but they didn't actually have a dive vanguard until they swapped Finny over to the Angela to be able to enable that style of play. And that
at the lower bracket
really start making a little bit more
best of 3s are the upper bracket
in comparison to the composition they rolled out with first. first.
And there's something I want to request a little bit more information on, if possible. While we did have an incredible setup, this is the first fight in that Yggdrasil path. What was so key here that 100 Thieves on attack were able to find that opening?
The front-loaded damage. They came in with this game plan where they would run this Punisher and the Storm, and they would go for that really
and whoever loses chat goes to the lower bracket.
So they could walk onto VIRTUS.PRO before the Adam and the Loki were able to actually start cycling through the defensive cooldowns with the double res, God of Mischief and Karmic Revival, something that we actually got to see when we headed into the third fight of First, and 100 Thieves had to pull out every single stop and play pixel perfectly to keep up with all of the revives that VIRTUS.PRO had at their disposal.
But speaking of revives, we actually saw a little bit
Score
of
is 1-1 right now, chat. 1-1.
Where VIRTUS.PRO started on Doctor Strange, and then Dan, they swapped off it instead of portaling back for that first fight.
Yeah, I think the reason why VIRTUS.PRO really did that was they went for the portal, but they immediately canceled it. Tried to bait TTK into a counter portal, and VIRTUS.PRO were just 2 steps ahead in that play. They knew that 100 Thieves really like to do a counter portal play, and just drawing that voice line and just denying that portal from 100 Thieves was a great play.
And Moxie, I want to ask about something here. Like, a lot of people who've been watching us for the entirety of the Ignite stage will know how important some of these in particular triple strategist bans are, but why is it so important for these particular bans in why is it so important to see these particular bans on characters like Jeff and Mantis, for example?
Well, the Mantis is really, really strong because it means that you hit your ultimate cycles far faster than your opponent, right? And looking at a player like Sparker, can you imagine how quickly he'd be able to build up and generate his ultimate if he had a 12% damage boost behind him?
True. So what characters are really boosted by these? Why are they so much higher in priorities?
I mean, everything. Okay, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a fun thing over here, right? I'm going to give you guys a card over here. Oh, no, we're not, because we're not on camera.
Not yet, not yet, not yet. Soon, but not quite.
That's really
Sparker
good,
has been
really
one of
hot.
these standout characters coming on through from VIRTUS.PRO's end because it is just the best meta for him coming on through, right? The Psylocke is super strong, the Winter Soldier is super strong, so too is the Star-Lord, and at the moment with the ban draft, you don't really have the slots to be able to burn on just duelists because something better in terms of a strategist or a vanguard is going to be able to make it through too.
So talk us through what you were going to say before we disappeared off camera here for a second, because you prepared some cards, I see.
Yes, okay, so at its core, this is like a very, very simple breakdown. This is like your bare bones 1 + 1 = 2 of a ban draft, right? So we're gonna break it down nice and easy. Think about it like a stock exchange, right? So let's say that I decide to save Jeff. This is then going to mean, if I give you this card over here, do you see that the stock icon has gone up for both the Venom and the Star-Lord and the Psy and the Rocket? So in response to that Jeff save, all of a sudden you put pressure on the other team into having to ban out one of those, and that's what we get to see in terms of the draft.
And we'll dive back into that a little bit further when we come back after the third game. But for now, we have a draft coming up, which I believe we are going to be jumping into a little bit more here. So we get to talk about it this time, and immediately we do see that Mantis taken away.
Yep. Mantis getting taken away, a pick that has been so strong, and it's going to be one-sided for VIRTUS.PRO. You can see that stock for Mantis going through the roof right now, as VIRTUS.PRO will keep that hero for themselves.
I went to go get a drink.
I mean, yeah, everything is not going to be so much stronger, and I mean, for 100 Thieves, something is going to be
Shiro!
able to get
Appreciate the
through,
massive
but
get this up,
Mantis
and
with the damage
Peachy!
boost is going to be
Ritzy!
able to
Appreciate the
take
massive
from
prime sub,
just
my
doing
friend.
a little bit of damage to full pick potential.
I like this music.
As we are now going to have to see things like the Venom.
But I think they need to turn it down a little bit so they can hear, like, the casters. And Shiro again with a massive gift of sub. Appreciate it. How you doing, Chrissy?
Mantis one-sided secure. We've actually had Mantis slip through the ban phase in that first game, but it was banned out later here. Why is it being prioritized higher this time?
That's a good question, because 100 Thieves really have been reading the meta, right? They've been seeing what other teams have been doing. There's been some other teams really have been letting the Mantis slip through later in the draft, and that's an adjustment that 100 Thieves ended up doing, and they added more emphasis on other picks, other bans.
Wait, what map did we go to? Oh, wow, we actually went to... Oh, damn.
Thieves now lock in that cap as the save, but VIRTUS.PRO doing the same as usual. Will take out that Bucky, who has been so strong.
Yeah, they're targeting Delena's hero pool. Delena has been able to play both the Bucky, but also the Mantis as well. So if you want to, you can try and force him onto the invis, or you can actually remove that from the cycle entirely to try and really force him onto a specific and therefore predictable and punishable hero.
Luna going to be protected with that invisible woman taken out. You want to make sure you have one of those big anchor backliners to keep your team topped up. And of course, this also enables a little bit of dive potential. If you do want someone to play a little bit more aggressive, then giving them that idle aura is going to help add a lot. As we move on to the last ban of 100 Thieves, it's the Hela.
I was going to say, if they're really trying to force Delena onto a specific hero, it's likely going to be the Hela that he has to pivot onto. So what 100 Thieves do here is actually remove the Hela so that VIRTUS.PRO can't play the Hela Namor composition, but they also can't try and match if 100 Thieves go for it. And remember, VP have the Mantis, so it's not a fair 1 versus 1 Hela fight off. It would be a damage boosted Hela who's also not going to have access to a Guardian Shield to be able to stop her.
And that's a huge ability, isn't it? That Guardian Shield protects all of those squishier
Those are good bans, though, chat. Those are good bans.
Yeah, and 100 Thieves read that play very well, getting rid of a playstyle that VIRTUS.PRO are able to operate. They could go for the dive, but they had the option to go for a more front-to-back playstyle. But with that Hela gone,
yeah, those are smart bans.
It causes a bit of problems in terms of how VP can adjust to what 100 Thieves really throw at
True,
them.
YouTube, true.
So now we have the potential.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised they didn't go to the...
Or potentially going into a more standard.
I'm really surprised they didn't go to the other map, though.
Winter Soldier was taken away as well. There's a lot of options to talk you through these and take you into the game. We're heading back to Shib and Dogman.
Bye-bye.
And we're heading into map 3 here, folks. This is going to be a selection from VIRTUS.PRO, and this is a map that has been very strong for VP. There's a ton of off-angle plays and some unique strategies they bring to the table.
Yeah, they're really good at just playing these dives sort of combos. We head right into it, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into the map off the rim.
Predict.
VP running that Mantis alongside a,
chat, I think don't hate me. I'm putting all my points on that.
Healing backline alongside the Mantis, but this is that all-in commit that they need against 100 Thieves, who are playing a front-to-back style with Delena and Terra taking off angles.
Yeah, but this is going to put a tough spot, or going to put Saipe, excuse me, in a tough spot here on that Luna. Once you burn that freeze cooldown, very diveable. Saipe is going to force out clap early on, or the force clap from the side of 100 Thieves, who are now dropping back together, and that is exactly what you're looking for. When you're in a dangerous spot, regroup and retake, as we see Terra going very low here, and is going to be playing the Namor, which is something we don't see as frequently.
Yeah, I mean, Delena kind of is that guy on the Hela, right? And you can see on the flank, on the off angle, trying to take Sparker down. But in the meantime, Terra squids the monster.
Yo, Terra. I mean, not Terra. Delena, your aim's like mine right now. You gotta hit your shots. There we go.
Terra pops off on this hero. These two are phenomenal at these specific roles, specifically Delena on the Hela. And like you mentioned, Terra playing the Namor is a very unique swap that they decided to do.
Yeah, we saw a lot of early picks there from Terra with those squids. And folks, for those who don't remember, the undead squids, any assist in an elimination here will force an undead squid that is untargetable. That deals extra damage. So once you start going, very similar to Daredevil, it's steamrolling. You start the train and it's hard to stop it as those squids just keep building. Eliminating more and more and generating more squids.
And this is the unstoppable force versus the unmovable object in VIRTUS.PRO versus 100 Thieves. Can they play slow? Can they counter the dive of VP, who wants to play aggressive?
And we start now. Sparker owning the height here, right alongside of Nevix. And there's a commitment with the dance, but it's mapped right back with the dance floor from the side of Harvey, who lost the invis in this fight. Sparker,
that's not good by Sparker.
Cooldown, so it's an even trade there.
Sparker doesn't do that, bro.
Flip at the moment, coming in with a soul
Sparker usually pops off.
Goes some damage. Up we go with TTK with the meaty rem. Does this one land on a Dreedro? Bang, but the shield comes through. Delena, though, gonna find a pick on a Sparker in the off angle, up in a beautiful position here. Ready with this goddess of death, and Dreedro.
Nice shots.
Is not missing at this moment on height.
Oh, I like how you can hear the crowd, bro. I love it. Hearing the crowd's reaction is the best thing about LAN.
As they want more, can Finzi find the recoup? He does!
Oh, what a huge meteor ram match right back there with the horn from Terra. Delena finds two, but but Sparker gonna
They get a TP though, right? They get a TP down? Come on, TTK!
VP are gonna own this space.
Oh, I don't know if he's gonna get a TP down.
Yeah, he just spawns walking out of the doors right now. He may not come in time, so Vinny's gonna have to touch, but
Oh!
he doesn't have to work with.
Vinny sacrificed himself. Someone has to touch, someone has to touch.
Oh,
they touched!
There from Delena, but immediately falls as the commitment of the Kraken impact comes through from 5. That's 1. Do I see 2? Forces them back in the door, and that is going to be a reset once more on Harvey.
And that sets the point up for VP, so they take it. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. It was dicey, but it got figured out. Fine. Over to the Bucky, and you talk
That's fine, Chad. That's fine. That was a really good hold. That was a really good hold.
Right, TTK gets staggered, and at the moment, VP onto a composition around this Bucky with 3 minutes in the second phase of the map. 100 Thieves sticking with their composition of Hella Namor.
It's worth noting there, notice how TTK is falling directly on the point, folks. Take that into ladder where if you're going to go down, if you're going to stagger, make sure the cart isn't moving before you do. So make sure you can reset together as they start up once more with TTK on that Emma.
I love this out of EP right now. We'll see if they can continue it. I mean, we're getting to the second phase with so little time on the bank. At the moment, Delena's dived on, immediately forced out, goes low.
That is a huge ult, and it does find 2, 3, and Sparker sweeps right through here with the dance of the butterfly, and they are just gonna push this thing on the streets phase.
Oh shit,
quickly.
bro, they're almost done with the streets phase. Sparker's insane, man.
Into the audience for the first time in a while for Sparker and all the other players of VIRTUS.PRO who are hero shooter veterans for 100 Thieves side, switching over from the console region. Now on.
What does that even mean? Sparker looks like he would pet a small animal to death. What?
Nevix just dancing on hype right now.
What does that
the
even
away
mean?
there on Vinny, who's in a dangerous spot towards the back line, burning that shield very quickly at the cap. 3 meters left on the push. It's getting very close to the second point as they're now repositioning, and the commitment comes through from 100 Thieves. Millennia ready with the It's Jeff. You see Yggdrasil Resurgence ready as well as the dance floor from Saipe. There's a lot of answers here to some of these duelist ultimates that'll be coming out shortly.
Yeah, they're playing it slow right now. Here comes the sonic seduction from TTK to slow him down for now. Everybody disengages it, not having to use an ult is huge for VP, who can come in with the advantage now.
And there goes another dance with this one to find value from VP. Vi gonna find Vinny again, coming right through and sweeping, and it's so difficult to play cap here into a Bucky that is marking you. Vi playing lights out, and this could be the point as they are walking them away. Still on point right now is TTK, but the dance of the butterfly is still going to come through from Sparker on a Vinny.
Oh,
Vinci is gonna find Millennia, and they are gonna get point 2 here in a moment.
Yeah, VP have turned
VIRTUS.PRO's a strong ass team, Chad. They're crazy.
Strong for 100 Thieves. They might have to change some things up. They go over to Phoenix, they go over to the Adam Warlock, but after the changes to Phoenix in the recent patch, Shib, I mean, she doesn't regenerate ammo when flying, on top of some other changes that have resulted in her kind of slowly falling out, and you can see maybe they would want that Bucky that VP focused on in that ban phase.
Yeah, full
bro, Dredro is like,
usually means success.
I feel like Dredro's like fucking locked in, bro. I've seen that guy with a straight face the whole time.
And if it is this composition in a moment, Delena going to be back on that Warlock starting up here. Heavens is coming in heavy as Angela's thinking about committing, forces out Bond cooldown. The whole team gonna press forward here with Vinny with that freedom charge. Everybody walking them down, and a great reposition there from VP to retake once more in a moment. Not a lot of value out of these ults at this current state. Nevix going to commit once more on the front line of TTK, and Finzi gonna clean up TTK there. So a number down again for 100 Thieves.
And they're trying to stall it out. You can see, we see other teams like Rejected, Marvel kind of do this, force that payload incredibly well, but Delena forced away, doesn't even have that res, and VP gonna slowly but surely force back 100 Thieves, force out Delena's cocoon, not gonna have to use it there. But right now, I mean, VP just looks so good. They're steamrolling towards the very end.
VIRTUS.PRO is...
Oh no.
Oh, way to get out of there. He's gonna have that team up with Delena to stay
Dude, they're steamrolling right now.
From Harvey to be patient with that cooldown, to use it only when necessary. Oh, the full potential comes through from 5. Bubble goes through 2. That's 2 cooldowns used, and that can help Vinny play more aggro, knowing that pull's not available. The team's got to stay on it though, as Delena was not able to do so. Sparker, just a little bit of
they had to get
error there. Delena is going to res back, holding that.
I was just about to say, bro, he was at the edge.
I mean, he's going to be low back there. No,
he was at the edge, bro. You can't be edged.
A huge
can't be on the edge, man.
From Vi, and there is going to be that karmic revival, forced to use just a little bit early. The team's got to commit heavy now if they want to utilize that to its max potential. Team is going to force Bond as well, and there goes Vi. Is going to not find any reset at the moment as TTK hits the
Come on,
sky
TTK, slam dunk it.
It comes down, and almost cleans it up, but is not able to do so as Terra is also launching that Galactic Legend. A lot of commitment here into this dance floor.
And they're going to come in with their own Meteor M from Finzi, who's been big in the previous points. Can he close it out with 30 seconds left against Malenia, who maybe could connect with this It's Jeff, but it's going to rely heavily on him.
Finzi from downtown, not able to make that work either. Nevix doing a great job, just adding so much pressure onto the back line. A huge eat here from Malenia.
Oh, poor little shark.
Malenia goes down as Fi gets that pick. The numbers are dwindling here, folks.
Chad, I don't think this is good for 100 Thieves. Oh, I don't think this is really good for 100 Thieves.
Sparker just insane on this hero, dropping back once more to the team, and that is why you see that band come through on the Psylocke. Everybody wants more retaking. Cooldowns being launched. Out goes Resurgent here from Jay3, keeping the pressure, but a great set of movement here from 100 Thieves to drop back as a unit.
Yeah, this neutral needs to work out for 100 Thieves now.
Jay3's like locked in, not even talking, just locked in there.
Oh wow, dance floor comes through. Vinny is going to dash back into it in the last possible moment. Fi just holding on to that Kraken impact, being patient, looking for something big here. After cooldowns get used, you see that bubble go through, and that enables you to play a little more aggro with the impact, which we might see in a moment. What a huge pull there, and there's the ball.
Oh, he missed!
But Finzi's still going to take out Vinny, so it still gets value with a huge pull in that moment. Saipei with some good positioning. Terra finding this once more, the Galactic Legend, and Nevix is going to hold on here as the dance floor comes through on point. Got to maintain pressure on point. This could be a huge eat here. Will this land? Waiting for the Meteor M to go through, and there is the eat. Does this one find what it does on a Nevix?
Oh, go Delana, go! Do they kill the tank?
Are back and forth. Oh my goodness, Finzi.
Oh no, they somehow brought it back, bro.
Vinny's here. Vinny's here. He's stalling it out. He has heals from Malenia. Can Sparker find him in the ground? We've heard before. It's really hard to get rid of Jeff as he's under the water. Malenia stalling it out alongside
I hate. Look at this, chat. I hate Jeff, bro. I hate. This is exactly why I hate that goddamn fucking shark, bro.
From Nevix, just trying to get back there as a unit.
I mean, it's good movement by Malenia, but like, I hate that goddamn shark, chat. I want to break its goddamn legs. Wait. Oh my god, they almost C9. They almost C9.
Team is going to stack as a unit now, trying to build ultimate to make a big play. Will this play come through? One goes down from Nevix to Lena, showing up here on the Psylocke today.
Fi almost has ult though. Fi almost has ult. Fi. Oh, TTK with the kill. Oh, hey, that's a great push for VIRTUS.PRO though.
What a battle!
Are you kidding me? First match of the day. This has been
first match of the day, chat, and this is already one of the best fucking games we've seen, bro. Oh my god.
This is going to be an incredibly close map.
Oh, hey, they're starting to get a crowd. Hey, they're starting to get a crowd.
What's up, gang? Hopefully you guys are having a good time because you are treated to some fantastic matches today, Shib. And Delena saved it towards the very end. Not only did he find that pick, but he also stopped that cart before capping out at point.
Was that my headphones, or did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I'm really liking the change here from the side of 100 Thieves. It clearly shows that they've been working on some different picks, opening up that hero pool a little bit.
No, I think the crowd's going to be bigger once it gets to the... It's the first day, chat. Like I said, listen, there are a bunch of gamers. It's Halloween. I'm pretty sure everyone's still probably half asleep or are probably still sleeping. It's going to be a bigger crowd.
Delena is going to be that selection.
And this is
it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger by the this is only the first game.
From these players' shots is that 100 Thieves won at the very end, but basically everybody went at least even or negative besides Terra, which is just crazy stats-wise. And you can see that's how you play the front-to-back style.
This is in Atlanta.
On heavily playing together as a unit, trying to peel off Sparker, who connects with those Dance of the Butterflies, who was popping the heck off, right? And it was a tough task on Delena to match that, but regardless, VP looking good, couldn't close out, but you know, and I know, Shib, and I'm sure a lot of our audience who plays a lot of Marvel Rivals know, it ain't over until it's over, and VP now starting the defense.
Yeah, bringing us back a few seasons here with the early portal play on the high side, right around that health pack. Then you're going to make the switch now likely to that Venom, or Cap, excuse me, as Venom was banned out. My apologies. Saipei is going to lose a clone there, dropping backwards once more. The whole team going to go down towards that bridge side, like I mentioned.
I'm texting TTK's dad. I'm telling him what a game so far. Hopefully his heart's still beating over there.
It's going to be huge alongside that regen domain. They already get dove upon, but Fi pops that Soul Bond.
Yeah, Soul Bond cooldown out, though, is a win. Sparker looking at Delena on the high side angle, and it is going to work out as Nevix cleans that one up. Vinny now considering the dive.
I catch up with Chad Fries. Person has 68 months, my friend.
Really good movement by that triple strategist backline there to stay healthy. As Sparker now going to try to collapse. Nevix is walking them backwards. It's looking dicey, but down goes the It's Jeff, the baby land shark looking for one. TTK gonna find Nevix now and put them back in terms of favor of numbers off map. Olivia with some
nice.
is gonna take out 5.
Yeah, it's a good trade though. Terra goes down, Taipei goes aggressive with Finzi, and they're able to sort of anchor towards the objective. Millennia hitting the trick shot off the wall on the Jeff. It's Jeff in that fight, but now they pop the Sonic Seduction. They still want to win this. Taipei with the copy, comes back to heal, come back with that Soul Resurgence, and everybody gets the portal on the side of VP as well to block off the doorway. Benny goes down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a little bit of an overcommitment on that copy. Not sure it was necessary at that moment. So that may be a small win there for 100 Thieves, who should come back with ult advantage.
And this is the hard part for 100 Thieves, is that
only 2 minutes remaining, chat.
Is good, but you saw on offense for Sparker, he only had 2 eliminations, right? 2 KOs onto himself. That's because he was playing safe, playing his life, and that's a very hard thing for a lot of Sidelock players to understand, is that you don't always want a full commit, you always need an out, and Delena going down in that fight was massive for the side of VP.
Yeah, and that's because that ult has been increased. The neutral is still difficult to get a ton of value, although you definitely can with Sidelock, but with that ult, it can be very scary. So you just farm off the front line and all the back line.
Absolutely, here they come in with the Dance of Butterflies.
Yeah, once more Terra up here now is
huge.
Gonna clean up
They have res though. They have res.
Committing everything they have as Nevix goes down. Another fall from Delena, Millennia, but the res comes through with a
They got the
res
gap. They got the gap.
They clean it up as they already take this point.
Yeah, they still get that resurrection available as long as Fi's in that cocoon form. Now comes
that's what's really risky about the res, chat. You can res everyone, but you gotta stay on point as well.
We head to the second phase, the second segment of the map, and Delena finds Fi too. And they're gonna keep this up as well towards that objective, towards fastest payload. And they actually have more time, I believe, than VP had on their attack, so a clean maneuver by 100 Thieves. VP eventually collapsing.
Yo, 100 Thieves is looking like a really strong team, man.
Here. Just strategists in general, the casters.
This is the first game, bro, and it's been absolutely like so fucking close. I'm losing my hair right now.
Really well,
I'm losing my hair, chat.
Stepping up against a team that is terrifying in Sparker.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a hard time no matter who you play. You get that Luna Snow mismatch at the very least. You get that on the Snowflake onto Millennia, or sorry, Delena. In comes DTK with that Sonic Seduction to start off the fight. Maybe try to force out something. They just find Nevix for free.
What do you mean you're even losing it?
Worth it at the current state. Again, this is a similar story we saw when VP was attacking in part 3 is where they locked in. Dredro now trying to break that so the team doesn't have to worry about the off angle as DTK finds Finzi, but from downtown, Dredro gonna take out Vinny.
Yeah, huge snipes from him. I mean, they bring it back into it. You can see at the highest level of Marvel Rival Esports, even when you lose one member of your squad, you can always turn it back. That's what 100 Thieves have done on the first point. VP here now with Dredro's pick.
And there is that dance. Delena going invisible. Again, when you're invisible, Sparker going to take out Millennia and Harvey with a 2-piece.
Not Sparker.
Yes, it is. Sparker, are you kidding me? Walking them back to the spawn door again.
Sparker is just,
I mean,
Sparker's just carrying,
the
bro.
best in the world on Psylocke, and for very good reason, right? He has been consistent. The dance floor wasn't even resulted on anything in terms of ultimate pop by 100 Thieves. I think the only other guy who could say contest for that is the guy that's out of the tournament in Speedery, maybe Finale over on Team Reject too. There's a lot of good Psylocks, but Sparker tends to remain at the top. A huge ultimate fight coming up now, Shiv. We'll see if 100 Thieves can force anything here.
This is Overwatch League Sparker, yes.
From both sides, out goes the Galactic Legend early, finding Millennia, Finzi, and there's a 2-piece from Fi after the fact as Nevix gets 3. Everybody is popping off there and did not have to commit that much, so that's a huge win from VP.
VP so smart. It just seems like they're always making the right play, and 100 Thieves are trying to bait out ultimates. They're not even popping anything on the counter. These open spaces are a bit too far for them to make heavy decisions, and VP are taking advantage of it. Now you have ultimate advantage, but you have to actually use that advantage for 100 Thieves because VP are kind of setting you back.
Terra now with the Galactic Legend taking out Fi early on in this fight. Nevix in a dangerous spot, dropping backwards. Crystal's up there on the side of Saipei. That's a big cooldown burn, but it does shut down Terra from making big plays. The dance floor was committed there from Harvey. That's fate of both worlds. Nevix now coming back in once more. And here goes the freedom charge from Finzi, walking them right onto Delena, who is holding on to that dance of the cutter fly now, looking to head towards the back line in a moment. And we will see if that works out as Bob.
Come on, 100 Thieves. Come on, you guys gotta cap this now, bro.
From Dredro, Saipei. Also, Saipei can connect with the regen domain after this. Sparker comes in. They met by the Jeff, who keeps everybody barely healthy.
Oh, they barely lived. They barely fucking lived, bro. Barely.
From Millennia trying to get off map, but instead just gonna buy time, take 2 very far away, and hope it's enough. It's Finzi goes down from Harvey.
Nice.
From TTK, the damage out in the Soul Resurgence now.
Oh no, they don't have any ults, chat. They don't have any ults. They don't have any ults.
Goes down to 5. Sparker finds Delena with 44 seconds left to go. 100 Thieves are staved off once again. Finzi switches that Doctor Strange. Probably doesn't even need to use that portal for now, though, as 100 Thieves could get closed out here, ladies and gentlemen, with 30 seconds left to go. VP want to punch their ticket further in this upper bracket. target.
Potentially a kidnap play there from Finzi. Doesn't look like it works out, but not a bad idea. If you're going to commit that portal, might as well try to find an off-map there. Sparker playing so well. Everybody on VP on this defense is absolutely lights out using these cooldowns, but now there's no answers to ultimates on either side. Terra likely going to be the first one here with that Galactic Legend. If those crystals get burned, there is a dangerous position to be in. The crystals are out now.
Wait, they got a pick!
Finzi is going to find one. Nevix dropping backwards, and the whole team is going to reset under the spawn, and they are playing safe, and the retouch comes in now.
Oh, but Sparker and Fi, Nevix. Oh, VP has ult. No, VP I think wins. VP wins. Harvey, get the ult! Harvey, get the ult! Oh, never mind. You guys are fine. Never mind. Nah, they got the kills. They got the kills. Bro, chat. They got so fucking lucky. Nevix had his ult, Fi had his ult, and Sparker had his ult. That would have been so much fucking damage. And on top of that, they would have had both support ults from Jay3 and Saipei. Bro, they would have lost. They would have lost that fight.
Your brain is a pro player starting to overheat.
They would have lost that fight.
This has already been an intense matchup, but I can't imagine what these players are feeling right now with $1 million on the line and their chance to go to that upper bracket semifinals.
The best answer here is for Harvey to have a huge fadeable throw, but counter a few ultimates. Both committing here as Delena finds Fi. Sparker, though, going to find Harvey, who does not bring out that dance floor. Nevix with a two-piece there, who is looking disgusting on the Venom. Saipei on the Vinny, and Jay3 and Delena. That's a full life with 50 seconds on, and not a lot of commitment from VP, who are looking like absolute pros at this current moment.
This has happened over and over again. 100 Thieves trying to play for a one-fight territory, right? Make this the last fight coming up. If you could force something else out of here, maybe get a team fight wipe. Ult's built fast in Marvel Rivals, but you have a chance to make them nervous, to go in aggressively and force out more out of VP.
Eye up now, out goes that eye. Not sure it landed on too much. Good commitment from the side of VP, who do answer back. Nevix goes on with a Feast of the Abyss, stays healthy once more. Terra trying to build that out at 81%. The whole
come on, 100 Thieves.
With a copy as everybody just playing slowly. They do not want to make sure overcommit at this moment as the spin to win comes through with a blaster barrage from 5.
Yeah, 10 seconds left to go. Everybody
come on, 100 Thieves.
Galactic Legend will be there after Millennia gets an eat, and here comes the Freedom Charge from Vinny. Everybody's popping their ults on 100 Thieves side.
Sparker walking right back, though, trying to find where Millennia is, who does barely escape there again with some very strong movement. Now another.
No, I think that's game, chat. I think that's game. 100 Thieves has nothing. That's game. That's game.
Delena goes down from Saipei. Overtime ticking down. VP, the pros, playing absolutely lights out, and it looks like they will take this series.
What a series to start us off here at DreamHack. Everybody give a round of applause to our pros who just had an incredible best out of 3. VP take it, and the handshakes are surely going to come. EQO looking like a proud coach in the back saying good job, Defy. And for the 100 Thief side, I think
God
definitely
damn, bro, I feel so bad, man. I feel so bad.
VP, who pretty much, I'm not going to say dominated their group, but did incredibly well and looked like the best team in the world right at the current moment.
Yeah, they have looked so dominant in this early group stages, folks.
I think it came down to ult economy, chat. I think the ult economy for VIRTUS.PRO is just better.
On the high side bracket, but you get knocked down to the losers bracket, where now it turns into a best of 5.
Yeah, there is a